Hey, I'm Richard Martinez, and here are the 3 things that you need to have settled in order to be a high achiever and high performer. If you want to be a high achiever, there are 3 things that you need to be clear and settled in. 1, who are you? 2, where are you going? And 3, what is your system to make sure that you get there? So number 1, who are you? This is talking about like your strengths, your weaknesses, your beliefs, your values, all the things that make you you. What are your needs? What are your desires? What are your fears? What are your passions? What are your goals? It's you knowing who you are, where you come from, knowing your strengths, knowing your weaknesses, knowing the good, knowing the bad, knowing your successes, knowing your failures, and fully being clear. No judgment, just knowing who you are. So I encourage you to do this exercise. Get a piece of paper and begin to write out a list of who you are. So this means you need to write a column of all your strengths and then another column of all your weaknesses, and get as many as you can on there, because both of it is a part of who you are. Also, what are the strong beliefs and values that you have, for your health? What are the strong beliefs and values that you have for your relationships? What are the strong beliefs and values that you have for your career, for your future? So these are most important areas of your life that you need to know who you are in those areas. So who are you, the good and the bad, the strengths and the weaknesses, the successes and the failures, knowing all of these things about who you are, and then we can get to this next place about where you're going. So now that you've made those lists, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, you know your beliefs, you know your values, you know who you are as a person. Now we can get to this next spot. Okay, now where are you going, right? Now that you know who you are and you're clear on that, where are you going? What is your vision? What do you want to accomplish? What are your goals? Because without a target, you're never going to hit it. So you have to be very clear so that you can be very committed. Did you see that? You have to be very clear so that you can be very committed, because if you're not clear and you're not creating that in your imagination and clear about what you're going to achieve, what are the benefits of you achieving that? What are the consequences of you not achieving that? What are the things that you need to do to be able to get there? Be able to really see that, to visualize it, because if you can see it, you can begin to believe it. And if you can believe it, you'll begin to have behaviors so that you can begin to become it and actually achieve what you want to achieve. But first you need to know, where are you going? Where are you going in your health? What is your goals? These are things you need to write down. How do you want to be in your health? Doesn't mean you need to be, a freaking bodybuilder or have a 6-pack. If that's your goal, then awesome, be clear about it. Where are you going? Where are you going with your health? Where are you going in your partner relationship, with your relationships? Where are you going with your business, with your career? Where are you going? Again, without a target, you're never going to hit it. The more clearer you are about that thing that you want to accomplish for each one of these areas, the more clear you are, the more courage you're going to have, the more commitment you're going to have, and that begins to set you up and position you to begin to create this momentum of achieving, which builds your self-esteem, builds your self-confidence, and you begin to want more. So first, who are you? And then get clear on where you're going. So now that we talked about, who you are, you're clear on that, you did your homework on that, right? You wrote down the list, you know it, you can see this is who I am, fully accept who you are, the good and the bad, accept who you are. And then you can get clear on, okay, where am I going now? Now that I know who I am, where am I going with who I am? What do I want to achieve in these most important areas of your life? Now that you're clear about that, now you need to create a system. What is your system to get there? You know who you are, where you're going. Now, what is your system to get there? Now look, if you don't systematize these things, you're not going to be able to measure it. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. If you can't manage it, you can't grow and advance in that area. If you don't know what you want in your health, right, you're not going to be able to get a system to begin to create that reality for you. So if you want to lose weight, what is your system to do that? How much water are you going to drink? When are you going to drink it? What kind of foods you're going to eat? When are you going to eat that? How much you're going to eat it, right? How much are you going to exercise? How often are you going to do it? How long are you going to do it? What kind of exercises? You need to have a system and a calendar, a schedule where you say, okay, these are the main things that I need to do to accomplish this. Okay, so in each of those most important areas of your life, like your health, your relationships, and your business, your career, write down, okay, this is where I'm going. You're clear on that. Now, what are the main things that you need to do to accomplish that goal that you have in your health? What are the main things that you need to do to accomplish that main goal in your relationship? What are the main things that you need to start doing now to accomplish your main goal in your career and in your business? What does that look like? You see, now that you can see, okay, in order to get my health this way, in order to get my relationship this way, in order to get my business, my career this way, I need to do these main things. These are things that I need to do consistently to be able to create and achieve that goal. What are those things? Now that you're clear on what actions you need to take, you need to put it on a system and a schedule so that you're consistent with it, so that no matter what, you're so clear about who you are, you're clear about where you're going, and because you systematized it, now your yes and your commitment is so clear and so loud to it that it's an automatic no to everything else, because you know who you are. You know where you're going. So nobody's gonna make you, doubt yourself, right? Nobody's gonna offend you. You don't need people's acceptance because you know who you are. You fully accepted yourself. And you also don't need to get defensive with people when people call out things like, hey Richard, I see that you're being stubborn. I'm not gonna be like, what? How dare you? It's gonna be more like, was I being stubborn right now? You caught me, because I understand that I do have that tendency to be stubborn. So let me know what I did. And if I was stubborn with you, I apologize, but do you have any tips for me so that I can get better? So see, now I'm not offended. I'm not offendable because I know who I am and I fully accepted myself, right? So it's a very powerful thing to be clear on who you are, but also where you're going. Because again, without a target, you'll never hit it. The more clear you are, the more courage you're gonna have and the more commitment you're gonna have to achieve that. But you have to be very clear. So now that you're very clear, systematize it. See it and then systematize it. See it, believe it, but systematize it. You have to put it on a calendar, on a schedule, to make sure that you are taking consistent action towards that goal. And how are you gonna measure yourself? How are you going to evaluate yourself if you are doing the right decisions, if you are making the right behaviors, if you're doing the right habits, if you're all the things that you're doing, is it producing what you want? You have to be able to measure those things so that you can see, okay, let me make an adjustment here, or let me make an adjustment there, or you know what, this is working really well because it's producing the results, and I know it's producing the results because I'm measuring, and I'm measuring because I have a system. Do you see how this works? So if you want to be somebody who is a high achiever, somebody who is a high performer, somebody who is getting things done on a consistent basis, somebody who is, really able to make the rest of their life the best of their life, you need to have these three things settled. Number one, who are you? Number two, where are you going? And number three, what is your system to make sure that you get there? Thanks again, guys. And if you guys are enjoying this content, please comment, share it with somebody else, subscribe, hit that bell so that you know when I put something else new on here, you get alerted right away. So again, I appreciate you guys. Always over deliver.